So you picked up Old School Essentials and you're saying to yourself, is this all it is? Or do I get more spells? Is there like something else coming out? Well, they just released a playtest for the Necromancer that also comes with a whole bunch of new spells. Let's take a look. Hey everybody, Jordan here, the PH is silent, and I really do enjoy Old School Essentials. I think it's my favorite retro clone, which it's not really a retro clone, it's the original rules, kind of, cleaned up and made nice. But it's really, really great, and if you're interested in this, I'll put links down below. You can get a really cool hardback like I did, or there's like a box set, or you can get the PDFs. But today, we're going to talk about the core classes in the game. So if you haven't played Old School Essentials, it goes way back in the day when race was your class. So if you were playing a dwarf or an elf, you would level up as dwarf. You wouldn't be a dwarf fighter, you would just be dwarf. And the same was elf. Now, there are rules within Old School Essentials that allow you to use the race to be on top of a class, so you could play an elf fighter or an elf magic user if you wanted to. That being said, there have been other supplements that have come out. I've picked up these Carcass Crawlers zines that Necrotic Gnome makes, which made Old School Essentials, and they have some various other types of races which are also classes in the available for play. So this Necromancer thing shouldn't really be like a big deal. And originally I was kind of just like, okay, cool, like another class and they're playtesting it, that's fun. But it comes with a whole bunch of new spells. So if you want to play more dark, sinister magic, it's really cool. And it's completely free. You should go check it out. Links down below. So first of all, here we are. This is one of the zines. This was the first zine that Kickstarter backers got. So I don't know if you can, I think you can get this PDF, but I don't know if you can get it in print anymore. Here on the table of contents, I wanted to point out that there were fantasy classes that were added to this. So there were 3 fantasy races, the Changeling, Mutaloid, or Mycelian, and those are also classes down here on the bottom, but you could also play a Chaos Knight, a Changeling, a Beastmaster, and these weren't like radically different from other classes, but it kind of, if you wanted to play a certain thing, you could. And so I thought it was kind of cool. And so that's why originally I didn't think the Necromancer was going to be as cool as it is. And again, this is issue 2. And if we look over here, we've got Phase Elf, Wood Elf, and just those. Elf. 2 elves. But it's cool. Now, jumping over to Old School Essentials, retro game adventure, The Necromancer. It's very well done. It's playtest content, but like he's just did a really good job with all of this. And so we have the Necromancer spell list, and then all of these new spells, which is really the coolest thing about this. So the Necromancer is essentially a magic user, but focusing just on like undead. Wizards who deal with the macabre, the mysteries of death and undeath, are a staple of sword and sorcery fiction and fantasy gaming. While the Old School Essentials magic user class has access to some spells within the necromantic domain, such magic is not the class's primary focus. Enter the Necromancer. So that's kind of why we have it. So you have weird magic, and you have it in the following areas. You can detect and summon undead, command them. You can inflict pain and disease, and you are really good at opening and sealing crypt doors, it says. Necromantic barriers. It's kind of cool. It also says here that you could use this, if you don't want to have the Necromancer be its own class, you can expand it with just like a magic user can also have access to the spells. It's really up to how you want to play, which is something that I love. So your prime stat is intelligence. You have a D4 hit dice. Your weapons are dagger, and then it says staff optional if you want to like let the staff just be for the magic user, which I kind of like because the dagger, I don't think of a thief dagger. I always think of like a ceremonial kris that you are using because you're an evil necromancer that needs to like cut up body parts. The magic is going to be very similar to the magic user. You have you research and you find out spells. Your spell casting, you carry a book and things like that. And you can use magic wands that are used by arcane spellcasters. You are not able to use magic items with the effects that charm or control living creatures, including humans. For example, a ring that controls animals. So you're really just like, I'm just controlling the dead. I'm not like an illusionist. It's making the other class kind of more interesting. And really quickly, here's the level progression. It's pretty straightforward, and you can see how many spells you get by the end, and your saving throws for death and wands and paralysis and breath attacks and what have you. But here's where the real fun begins, is we have a lot of new spells. From 1st to 6th level, there's 12 spells here. So yeah, like 12 times 6. Obviously these are all playtest stuff, but man, they're all really well defined and stuff. So this is, I mean, the supplement is free and it's 40 pages. So okay, yeah, so let's look at some of these. Chill Touch, Command Dead, Command Undead. So Chill Touch seems pretty normal, but your hands are enveloped with a chilling blue miasma, and you can attack things. I think that's in the original game, though. You know, it's not. So these really are all new spells, because we have like Charm Person, and then the Illusionist spell list is Auditory Illusion, Dancing Lights, Wall of Fog. So yeah, if you want to play a cool Necromancer, this is kind of the way to go. I really think this is awesome that we're getting some like new cool stuff to do. I want to play this. I think that's fun. So Command Dead, 2d6 humanoid corpses or skeletons within range rise up and obey the caster's commands for 1 round per level. Each reanimated corpse or skeleton has 1 hit point and attacks using the stats listed below. They are unable to use any special abilities. And then we have a little Command Dead monster stat block here. Other ones, we have Corpse Visage. The caster's face and voice replicate those of a corpse touched. Deathlight, a single skull, skeleton, or corpses or undead monster is wreathed in flickering light. Marionette, the caster takes control of a single creature, moving it around as they wish, like a puppet. That's cool. Skull Speech, the caster may cause a single skull within range to speak in a rasping whisper. You can temporarily reanimate some bones to get an obedient servant, an undead servant, that lasts 6 turns plus 1 per level. Bone Armor, you gain an AC of 14, and any creature that attacks you suffers 1d3 damage due to flying fragments of jagged bone. You can force choke someone with a pair of spectral hands that clasp around the throat of a living creature and begin choking them. Skeletal Steed. Animate Dead Bone Staff. A normal bone in the caster's hand is transformed into a magic staff that the caster or another may wield in combat. The staff is treated as a +1 weapon, granting it +1 bonus to attack rolls. With that spell, I think I would allow the Necromancer to wield a staff, or be proficient with it at least. But this also got me thinking that these are excellent spells to find in your enemy's spell book, and then have your players be like, oh, whoa, like I could learn these. These are different than my normal spells. And I think that's kind of fun to have the super creepy spells that are not located in our main book, but are located in this tome. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Just a quick look. I just kind of wanted, like I said, I was going to make this video, but the more I was reading into it, I'm like, this is really cool. You should go pick it up. It is, let's go and look at it. Yeah, I shouldn't just jump away here, but it is free. It is $0. They're not even asking for donations. So super cool. I think they just want to get it out there and get some awesome stuff. And so it's a supplement for Old School Essentials with the Necromancer class, complete with 72 spells. Like a whole bunch of cool stuff. It's in development. The content in this book is 100% compatible with classic basic expert rules. Yeah, and although this is free, I'll put an affiliate link down below in case you buy anything else on DriveThruRPG like Old School Essentials. A little bit comes back my way. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do have more DCC content coming in the future, so stay tuned, and I'll see you all in the next video.